When we see patients that have multiple problems, sometimes it can be difficult to treat.
They can be related to each other or even work against each other.
Patients with orthopedic disease, we want to help those joints, and there have been diets on the market that help reduce joint inflammation and improve mobility, but we're not really addressing the weight side of things very well.
Obesity is so closely related to urinary problems in cats that we desperately need to do both problems at the same time, but there's never been a way to do it easily.
I first learned about the idea of a new diet that would address both sides. I thought it was a great idea.
It's like finally there's something that does both. It increases the metabolism of these cats through basic nutrition. And so it programs or helps their body to be more fat burning than fat storing.
They've found a number of natural ingredients that help improve the efficiency of the body in burning that fat and in converting you into a healthy metabolism so you can get weight loss.
With the urinary component, it still manages the minerals that they are inappropriately using in their bodies that cause these problems.
From manipulating what's in the diet, we know that we can upregulate or downregulate inflammation. So for the JD diet, it's very high in the EPA fatty acids, and those are known to reduce inflammation, turn off some of the inflammatory mediators, and that can help the mobility.
We were looking for a cat that fit well with our family. We first took Shadow into Dr. Fletcher for an emergency situation. When we first started noticing that Shadow was having problems, we were very concerned that they would get worse, and he's like another child to us.
So he was that emergency case, needs to be treated immediately, and he was just slightly overweight enough that, I think he would have benefited from losing a few pounds. We know metabolic works and we know CD works, so obviously them together, we were pretty confident these pets were going to lose weight and control the urinary signs at the same time. He's lost 2.5 pounds.
We have not had one accident, no sick cat, and no issues. I never thought I would be so happy to see clumps in my litter box, ever. We did notice that he liked the taste of it. He's very active, he's very playful, and he just overall seems very happy and healthy. I think if Shadow had to describe the Metabolic Plus food, he would definitely say thumbs up or paws up.
Bella's very loving, so she is always by my side. Just about 4 months ago, I noticed she started limping going up the steps. I also noticed she was out of breath when we would go on hikes. I noticed that she couldn't run as much as she did prior, and when I took her to the physician, they agreed that her hip, the left hip, started to have some arthritis, so I knew I had to do something. I was hoping that Bella would have something that would change her life and bring her back to where she was before this all started, and I kept thinking, what can I do to make this better? This is crazy. I had a dog that was fine and she wasn't in any pain, and then one day it just seemed like she couldn't walk up the steps, and I was devastated.
We discussed with her the Mobility Plus diet that Hills was putting out. The main thing that we changed was the dietary management.
She was more willing to play, more willing to run, even take the steps at a quicker pace, because she thinks she's invincible and unstoppable. So, she's just feeling good.
Our confidence knowing that Metabolic Plus Urinary was going to work was probably what helped us recommend it to owners and get them excited about it.
Really helps improve compliance so that you can be committed to the problem long term, because the less things you have to do and you can achieve together, the better it will be.
We plan on keeping Shadow on the Metabolic Plus Urinary for the duration of his life, which hopefully is a long time.
I saw an attitude change in my dog. And maybe it's just because she was feeling better, but I saw the attitude change, and that meant everything to me. And I noticed that she had increased mobility. And I was starting to get my dog back. So there's nothing else to say. It speaks for itself.